Hey there! So it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to Addy, your virtual admin to run your AddressTwo account. Now, for the record, Addy is not an actual person. She's a computer program, but she's a very integral part to the AddressTwo team as well as your team at your business. And this is Addy. You can read a little bit more information about her here on the AddressTwo website. But how does she work? What is the main functionality that she is a part of your business? To simply put it, Addy was created to store email history under your contact in your CRM. And there's a couple of ways to accomplish this. Let's dive in. So I'm in an account in AddressTwo. I'm looking at Holly Penn from the Dead Bird Company. I want to email Holly something pertinent regarding business. So I'm going to go into AddressTwo and I'm going to select Holly Penn's email address and I'm going to click on the envelope button. I'm going to allow it to push that envelope button and open up a message in Outlook for me, where you'll see I've put in Holly in the to field and Addy at AddressTwo.com. If I scroll over here, you'll see it. Addy at AddressTwo.com is in the BCC field. When I fill out this email to Holly, hey, and send this email, the email goes directly to Holly, and then it goes back to my CRM where it looks for my personal Troy at AddressTwo email address, but then it also looks for Holly at Penn.com. And what it'll do is it'll actually add the history of this email into Holly Penn's contact details. Here's a great example of that. So I can scroll down here and see in the history that I've emailed Dave, and I click on the little clipboard here, or excuse me, the paper clip, and now I can see the email that was actually emailed out to this particular contact. So no more thousands of profiles or buttons on your AddressTwo or in your Outlook account or what have you. You simply email Addy at AddressTwo.com, either in the BCC or the CC field, and she will record that history directly into your account. Now, she also has a cool thing that she does where you don't even have to be connected to AddressTwo to make this work. So how does that work? Well, let me find an email here that I need to respond to. Here's a prime example. I need to respond to Charles over at Top Hat Limited. So I've got this email from Charles, and this is a habit to get into, folks. So I'm going to respond to this email to Charles, and I'm going to hit reply, and then I simply go in and BCC or CC Addy at AddressTwo.com. So you'll see down here I'll go in and add Addy at AddressTwo.com. Type my email to Charles. Hit send, delete this email, and move on with my day. So that's one of the cool things that she does. Now, one thing to be aware of that I want to make sure that you know of is that Addy only has the ability to recognize one person in the to field. So let's say you need to email Troy, Nick, and Chad at AddressTwo, but Troy is the ultimate person you want to get to. So if I'm going to email multiple people, I need to put one person in the to field, anybody else that I want to email in the CC field, and then I BCC Addy on that email. Now what will happen is that Troy, Nick, and Chad will get this email, but then it'll go under Troy's account. If that doesn't make sense, let me know. But basically, just be aware that she only has the ability to recognize one email address at a time. And that's really as simple as she is. She's a pretty fantastic person. I forgot one key feature in there. So let's look at this. Do I have a signature line in this email? Load in there, email. I do. So let's say the other cool feature that she does is, let's say Mr. Lohman is actually not a contact in my database. So in order to actually build that contact into my database, I can actually reply to this email, and what she'll do is she'll look through this email and try to find his signature line. And this is actually a great example of a signature line. She will do her best to recognize that this is the first name and last name, this is the business address, website, another website, and a phone number. And what she'll do, she'll actually build that contact for you in your database just from you BCCing this person at Addy at AddressTwo.com. So be aware there's two functionalities. One, to record history, and you just have to get into the habit of BCCing Addy at AddressTwo.com. Also, she can create new contacts in your database, so you're constantly building your list and building your business who you can send information to. And that's through replying to an email when that person is not a contact in your database. So if I go in here, if Rich was not a contact in my database, I reply, I CC Addy at AddressTwo.com, reply, and she'll actually create that contact in my database for me. Now, one other little tidbit of information is that I don't actually recommend that often CCing Addy. I'm just using this as an example. Sometimes people get confused, so if I sent this to Rich and he'd be like, who's Addy at AddressTwo? It's a great sales pitch for me at AddressTwo, but it might not be for your business. So just get in the habit of BCCing, again, Addy at AddressTwo.com, and she'll be most helpful in building your business, reminding you to do things, and keeping in contact with those that you want to do business with. She's also that great lady that sends you your morning task list at about anywhere in between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. So that's Addy. If you have any questions, just let us know.